What's going on, you cheeky little monkeys? Coach Ads here, and today we're in for another Q&A. Surprise, surprise, most of these questions are about, you guessed it, food. So that's what's on your mind. I'm going to try my best to keep this as succinct as possible. I will point out, I've got a little bit of the old hay fever. So if I do bust into a whole sneezing fit, it is not COVID-19. It is the old hay fever. So please bear with me on that. Let's get into it, guys. Question number one, what carbs can I eat that are the healthiest, please? Healthiest, I'm going to say, are carbs that spike your blood sugar the slowest. Okay, so things that are low GI, low on the glycemic index. Glycemic index, for those that you don't know, is a scale that sort of dictates, or reflects the speed at which carbohydrates spike blood sugar. Obviously, the faster these carbs spike blood sugar, the higher that spike, the lower the crash, the worse the sort of energy sustainment. TM, it's my word, don't use it. Or if you do, credit me. Sustainment. Damn it. We are looking at things like quinoa, oats, bananas, sweet potatoes, blueberries, apples, things like whole wheat pasta, brown rice, chickpeas. Some of these things you're like, where's the crisps at? I'm just saying, these foods are going to give you the most sustained energy and are the healthiest because they are whole foods, which means that they are foods that come in a natural state. And this is what we want, because it's all the processed rubbish that's had all the nutrients zapped out of them and that are high in calories but low in nutrients, and that are just playing havoc with our hormones and our blood sugar, which is bad. We need to control that stuff. So those best high energy foods, kind of similar answer. Some of those foods that I've just mentioned are going to come into this, but just for the purpose of giving a few more answers, I'm gonna focus a bit more on fats for this. So some of you will love this. Dark chocolate, rich in antioxidants, low sugar content, which means that the energy is more sustained. Very, very good for you, funny enough. Nuts, obviously. Nuts are a really good snack and something that gives you great energy because it's fat, so good healthy fats. The thing about fats is that they break down slower, so they don't cause this massive spike in your insulin in your blood sugar, so it's a bit more of a sustained energy. But also with nuts, they are a blend of carbs, proteins and fats. Even though they're classed as fats, they have a slight blend of all of those, so it's more of a sustained energy. Peanut butter, good quality peanut butter though, not the stuff that's loaded with sugar, because obviously the sugar does the bad stuff now. Peanut butter, really, really good. Avocados, obviously, we all know that avocados are healthy. But again, because these are fats, they break down slower. Word of caution though, if you're someone that's having quite a lot of carbs in your diet, in your food and nutrition for the day, you want to be careful not to have high fats and high carbs at the same time. It's either or, they're inversely related. So the rule being, if you're having a meal that has carbs in, you have low fats in that meal. If you're having a meal that has low to no carbs, then that meal you have lots of fats, okay? That's the best way to go around it. You don't want carbs and fats together. You certainly don't want things that are high GI, carbs that are high GI, so simple sugars, things that spike your insulin fast, your blood sugar fast, with fats. Don't do that because you'll store all of that fat. Is it best to weigh foods cooked weight or dry weight? Very good question. It does not matter, as long as you're consistent with it, so you don't end up confusing yourself about which one you're doing, and also that your MyFitnessPal reflects the correct reading, if that makes sense. So when you scan your pasta or your rice or whatever, and you look for that on your MyFitnessPal, if you keep an eye out, you'll see that in brackets it'll say dry or cooked. Make sure you pick the right one. That's the only thing that matters on that, because otherwise you're way off. Protein, which is the best way to get more in. Obviously, shakes, protein shakes, that's what they're for, to sort of bulk it up. But I would suggest, because women have this problem, that they tend to, let's say you're having 100 grams of protein a day, which you feel is a lot, it's not a lot. But if that's a lot to you and you're having like 50 grams of that coming from protein shake, that's bad. You're only getting 50 grams then from food. So use them, but always opt for real food where possible, because it's a supplement. It's not something that should 100% replace real good quality food. Really good tip would be to get more protein in. Choose carbohydrate sources and vegetable sources that actually have a lot of protein in it as well. This is quite a good realization. So things like the quinoa I was talking about, high in protein, but it's a carb. The nuts have protein in. Broccoli has a lot of protein in. Lots of green vegetables do. So this, that. If you can accessorize your meals with other sources, carbohydrates, vegetables, whatever, that actually has those trace proteins in, you'll kind of bump it up naturally that way. What else? A good way to make sure that you get enough protein in the day is to, as I've said, always start your day with protein being like the most essential thing that you get. So don't start your day with just cereal. That's bad, because cereal's not great anyway, but it's a carb, and you start your day with that, and you need to always start your day with protein, because then you get along that road further, because you've already got like 40 grams or 50 grams in your first meal. Start as you mean to go on. That is a good one. What's a fix for the 4:30 p.m. slump when I want to eat everything whilst I am preparing dinner? The fix, I would say, would be to make sure that the meals or snacks that come before that are satiating enough that they do not cause this huge slump. That's number one. Again, that comes back to choosing the right foods that keep our blood sugar as we want it, basically, because we don't want to have these massive crashes or anything that causes us to then need snacks. So that would be the first thing. If you do need a snack, choose some of the snacks that we've just talked about, things that do sustain the energy really well, like the dark chocolate, the nuts, the fats, avocado. Well, you wouldn't really want to snack on a piece of avocado, but that might be your thing. Yeah, so choose a snack that's going to be quite energy sustaining. Hopefully there was some stuff there. Hopefully that was useful. Let me know. As always, to your success, guys. Go get it. Coach Chad's over and out. Peace.